Okay, we're back live. So, recommendation, Mr. Harrison?
Recommended that the district approve the 2024-25 early graduation request.
Is there a motion to approve that recommendation? So moved. Second. Moved and seconded. Votes from the closed session, and there will be votes. So, all in favor of the motion to approve that early graduation request as presented, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Those 2024-2025 employment. We'll start with Troy Bates Junior High head girls basketball coach.
And the motion to so moved. Second. And that's any discussion on that? Who's doing that? Is that
So, yep. Tori, she coached the C squad for the last couple of years. Feel like it's going to be a good fit, something that she's really excited about.
Any other discussion? To approve Tori Bates as presented, say aye. Aye.
Thank you. Michelle Mayo, junior high.
Motion to support that recommendation. Second discussion on that.
Sure, Michelle. She's coached our. I think that when the position opened, she saw this is an opportunity that she'd like to get involved in. He's assistant for our girls junior high program.
Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Maybe Zigmund, high school head track coach.
Motion to support that. So, second. We did.
Endorsed her for applying for the head coaching position. We interviewed. And she did a really nice job. She's got a great, energy and motivation, I think, to have that program on. And so we're on that head track position. And she's got some assistants returning too that I think will be good to help support her and taking that on as a first time head coach.
Both boys and girls is track team.
Correct.
And
Level 1 USA track and field certification, which she went out, which I thought was pretty impressive that she presented to us. And I think she's gotten involved here as her kids are here, but she started as a volunteer. She kind of came up as a volunteer coach here.
is she coach?
I don't know that we have it all lined out. For throws. So I think she sees her strength probably in the sprints. So, but once we get everyone hired, I think it will. Organize who's doing what. But she, with her certification, she felt knowledgeable in all aspects, which was pretty impressive by her.
Any other discussion? All in favor of approving the executive present, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
Thank you. Kim. Interim concession stand manager.
Discussion on that. Do we want to talk to Mrs. House first? Is this our position? Where we got going here?
This is proof my husband loves me.
Even though Miranda made it speak more in depth for this, I'll take this one as well. Kale, we posted is because he's not doing this in like a long-term idea. Really nice to see, obviously someone who's session stand. Miranda is, I mean, honestly, she's taking a lot of time out of her day to get that thing going, and I've jumped in there as well. We've got our student aides help out to keep that up. Like, I think we started awareness a little bit. It's going to be difficult this winter. And so Kale, you know, he has experience actually in his actual lab working with some of the vendors and the equipment that we're using. So
is that the only time we have a session that is through the fall, or when you finish the winter too? I mean,
I think we're with seeing that this fall season is at the end of October, we kind of get a month break in November where I think we're drawing board and see can we get them for a long-term thing, or what are we going to do long-term?
Someone else. Okay, any other discussion? Okay. Can we go back to the stress the interim? It was approved. The 3-year contract.
After the fall.
Like being familiar with the systems and helping get the systems in place so that we can work on just having it set up to say here, it's like a manual. Like you starting over every year, and we figured some things out this year to help us be more manageable, but also and simple. And so having but he talked about, like, you know, he's eager to help get these systems in place so that he can be handed to somebody that could then maintain it.
So we'll keep the position open. Okay. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor of the motion to approve Kale Health? Aye. Carried. Okay.
Contract renewal. Wrestling coach.
Is there a point to start this coaching, or is that usually done it now, or is it usually earlier? The wrestling coach.
Well, I think the goal would be to
I thought his was renewed earlier.
no, we had to.
Well, that's was my
Yeah,
I think it might have been
so
an accidental miss because at the end of the season.
that's what I
all
thought.
right. So that typically within a month of the season we try to see a combination of coaches.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? I mean, obviously you've been coaching a lot. All in favor of Patrick Hutchins as head president coach, say aye. Motion carries.
Item C. Recommended that the district approve the retirement of Justin Kittle at the end of the 2025-26 school year. So, well, I'll just say that right now. Recommended that the
Support that recommendation. No. Otherwise, you're retiring this year. So. Second. Moved and seconded. Discussion on that. Tell us a little bit about what it's all about.
yeah. So for us to even be here considering this, the trustee representative, district office representative, and association representatives met prior to the meeting. Agreed to rescind if as possible. And so that committee agreed that taking into consideration budgets and future budgets and things like that, we don't see it being having a negative impact. That he's a great teacher. We keep him for another year. You know, when we talk about budgetary, we talk about the early retirement payment, you know, which we had budgeted for this year. So that will actually help this year's budget, correct? And
Yes.
then now we look at next year, and one of the things we would consider is, you know, our other factor into payment, and typically that runs what? $25 to $30.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor of the motion to approve?
Thank you. Please recommend that the district approve the proposed 2024-2025 taxable values from the 25 final budgets.
Yes.
So the first one, elementary school district summary of previous fiscal year.
Okay, is there a motion to changes in the taxable values as presented?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you, tell us what's different about than what the one.
Okay, yeah, so we approved these in August, and what we did approve, so it was a really small change in our taxable value. Elementary school, the taxable value had increased. $175,458. So just look at elementary right now, so
Look at the summary here, the,
I'm actually here, yeah, sorry, yep. You'll see that the original taxable value. So with the increase, so what ended up happening was with all of the appeals that went through, the Montana Department of Revenue have time to capture all of the new taxable property. So I think those and they got together with the Montana Department of Revenue and they agreed. They met until the end of September that they would bring as many stuff as possible to try to capture newly taxable property. Valley, and then they did that. And with that, it's a very minimal change. It does help, but it's really minimal. And I think it's across the board. I think those would it's not a significant change, but it is increasing 1.29%. So it's still small, but it at least they were able to capture some additional new taxable. So our mills, so then because the taxable value increased, so then our mills, instead of going down 6.31 over last year, they're actually going down 7.3. Just down 1 mil. That's for the 7.39 mils.
Oh, that's not, that's
Yes.
not, so it's only like $1.
Right.
It's just, okay.
It's not very much.
No. But at least it's going that direction because
Yes.
when we look at that taxable valuation started, we're going there, some gotta be something wrong.
Right, it'll
Yeah.
increase.
About that discussion. Seeing none, all in favor of the motion to approve the elementary school, or the elementary district budget? Say aye. 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 Motion carries.
From the NDR and updated levies for this 2025 final budgets for the high school district summary over the previous.
As presented. So, second. Moved and second, a discussion on that, and as again.
Value have actually decreased, 156,890. $27,117. Change to the mills is minimal. Our mills were reported to go down 1.89. They're now going to go down 2. Which is about another half a mil. So. Even knows that.
No.
At least everyone counts. Yep.
Another question, are they planning on this next year, or is it, what's the
I haven't
difference?
heard that, but I'm hoping, I'm sure they are, because they have their 700 appeals that they're processing. How many they had in Gallup Valley,
Wow,
County?
that was protested text,
Yes, not protested, but appeals.
appeals for a different value.
Okay, Dan, thanks.
Discussion? All in favor of the motion to approve the high school change as presented, say aye. Aye. Carries.
So, more information items. The first item is OPI accounts for K5, 6, 8, 9, 12. Is actually closer to the fall count date this year, how the calendar shakes out. And she showed up today toward the end. And I don't know that our principals have seen them yet, we still have to approve them, right, and certify them. But we're now total count elementary. Looks like 244. District total 690. It's actually 691 because we have there's an outlier there, but so 690 will be our total count for A and B, which is up 6-4. We were 686 last spring, and so that's good news. With the out of district enrollment, when it all shakes out, and folks who are already here are already coming here, the out of district outside. We had 16 out of district students. Out of district kids. Wow. So that's good, and I think into this year, we need to see increased enrollment, but very anxious. Apprehensive about open enrollment, and again, I had to change the concerns. The real reason for the concerns is, class sizes, values. Just kind of maintaining all those things. You're here, but we can still do that. And I mean, we didn't. This is we thought we would. I do think in the 2, you're going to see enough people understand. And we handle a lot of phone calls. And who just didn't know or didn't. Who wanted to know, hey, here's a child. You're not a child belly, and So we can open it up next year whenever we want. I think what we need to adjust is the deadline. Because we didn't know, right? We set the deadline for mid-February. Yeah, and I think we might look at the middle. Maybe even summer. A lot of times we didn't try to hide it right now, but I think we can use just other avenues like that, just to reach most of the families that are going to come here. And very complimentary of our district and what we have. And that's it. Those are things that I do for. Yeah, yeah, I think we opened up February, we extended to June, just had it open longer. We had it open for. The only problem with that is as applications come in, you have a set number of days to communicate and respond, and that becomes. To do that. And, this year fell on someone who's in office. I think next year might be a little more doable because that's a standalone position. Just like be able to get these numbers, these advances, all count. I think going to that standalone position is a good move. And so we might be able to stay on top of it better next year. So, next board information item. Sandy Spencer, KitchenAid. She's just ready to retire. She's going to stay on as a site. And she's wonderful. She's very positive, upbeat. Definitely miss her. But she has other stuff. There's one that I can about. So. And then state law. I mean, not really a big deal, but we have, I think what prompted it was just a change in hours where we were meeting from last year. We met, I think that's maybe what started the conversation. But what came out of it was good. Montana code and its administrative rules in Montana, being a 4-day school week, we exceed the allowable maximum PIR days. That law has a maximum 7. It's easy to identify 6, and that's what we'll do moving forward. We'll identify the 2 August days as PIR days. The 2 October days as PIR days. The day before Thanksgiving break, and the last day in June is PIR days. Requires that 3 of those days be have open to them, and that's easy. One of the 2 will be PD, the October. And so that's automatic professional development, whether it's on a day or summer, whatever. So there's the 3 days. For state law, administrative rules in Montana, and then what it does, it kind of frees us up to focus more on and just really, I mean, it's not going to change what we're doing. We'll change the name to PIR/PD, and so it captures states of compliance and captures the intent of those Friday PIR days now. Just having opportunities for training, also opportunities for building and district level meetings. So. You guys want to add anything to that?
You can see.
Oh, sure. Skip B and C. Resignation of Joy McCormick. She's our ASL interpreter. And is to interpret for John Burke, who is her husband, so that he can do his, he can be communication for a couple of our kids in elementary. And so this is a huge loss for us. And I would want to speak to a little bit? I know you spoke about that. Actually, I mean, they both came here and retired in California. They moved out to Montana and retired. Somehow they saw that we here. They both walked in. It's probably the only positive thing that happened that summer. Really, with a lot. I mean, we had a hard time filling positions. And they walked in the door and they just said, "Hey, we'd be really interested in." But she, I mean, she's an interpreter, but she full on there. They hop on school buses to get kids to and from. Together they do a lot. I mean,
They've been made progress that they made with just one of our students is we started last year. So what she can do this year, I mean, making eye contact and being able to communicate back and forth about using her voice. She's loved her time when she was Manhattan. As we've done, you know, she's already retired and she just workload in the long days is just too much at this point. And so he is, and I told her I can't accept it right away. I was just kind of looking around, I knew how much we need her. It's just one of those things that is going to be tough, but having a conversation with them, we got to have some plans in place. We can or we can't. So we'll kind of move forward and
People that can communicate with you.
Chrissy Pierce is really working on this for us, and you know, whether it be software,
sure.
you know, that captures speech to text, whatever. I mean, we're going to think outside the box, but it's. I mean, she was actually driving out the 3 now and then too, wasn't she? I mean, and I know that they did a lot with the line. They did a lot with them.
Communicate back and forth with themselves or something. So that's for sure. Yeah. So,
It's a sad law.
I didn't mean to say right. No, sorry. Yeah. And with that, to I'm so sorry.
You're going to, Ann wants to make me a placard sign. I didn't ask for it.
You don't want to Mr. Percy, you want to go?
Okay. And I'll be brief here. I have a bunch of facts here on this front page, but it's been a really season for our teams. You know, do you want to cross country last Friday and able to do that for, you know, before the Big Timber game that didn't really have anything else really around it. I think we made that special. The wind had really picked up, but it seemed to be just right for that. So we recognized 7 cross country runners and then 14 football program. So that was a special thing. And then we've seen seasons. One more home game, and volleyball is also getting ready to wrap up things. Their senior day will be coming up in a couple of weeks against Three Forks. Full seasons, those have gone fantastic. Our football team is competed with everybody they played against. I think they just won tonight. And, we not any further. So and that was against Chief Joseph. They've been playing some big schools and playing really well. Our middle school teams will conclude their seasons next week. A couple home events coming up here before the end of the month, volleyball and football, as well as our volleyball districts. Preparation right now for winter sports is the main priority that we're going to start going into. We have an open position for assistant girls basketball. Wrestling, and we anticipate having those hired for the next meeting with practices starting on November the 21st. And then finally, we session stand. I think what rock star she is, her leadership role in our school is the way that she's also jumped in and run that concession stand. And I've been able some of the ropes to help her out, but we do see that as something that is not really sustainable where it's at. Good temporary fixes discussed. Just wanted to note that as we go into a busy winter season, we're the drawing board now. And on the backside, senior night for some of these kids. So.
And I'll just add one thing. I really, the communication that we put on athletics, just updating our staff, stuff on Facebook. You as well with Booster Club. I mean, we're doing so well, I feel. With all of our activities. Kids and in the classroom and what we're doing as kids good in school. It's a celebration because we weren't here. I know it's going to go over a long time to get there.
Cody cost model. I see your pictures out. He's doing a lot of work.
You'll notice him at the games. He shows up. On cameras, and so he showed me some of his work, and he posted all on a website. And he's offered for us to be able to use some of his pictures. So yeah, he's been around and left me working with.
He's not an alumni or anything.
I think he's from like New Jersey. When I noticed him, I thought, bump into him, introduce myself. He seems to have a big interest in taking photos, and he's been around and showed me some of the work. I thought, yeah. So, yeah. Can we get a season pass for basketball? I'm not sure how our ticket takers are treated. Like,
Making fish.
yeah.
Randy, you want to?
I'm sticking around. I'll wait till you're.
So you didn't have an AD report anywhere on this. Placard on the agenda.
So I just shared the digital version of this with you guys because the academic reports are linked. So instead of
You just did.
we're doing our kind of turn into an annual thing that our staff forward to, but we do the month of May just because October gets to be a little bit crazy. Homecoming and athletic season underway and conferences and just a whole thing happening. And so we do a jeans and theme days. So today was students, bright futures, and so we have lots of neon bright color gear. Parent-teacher conferences went really well. Night one was really busy in high school. I partly paired up with student and parent night where he brought in a ton of college vendors, military vendors, different groups around. And so that was a really big hit, and that's always great to see. But overall, things with me, we had 0 complaints. I think teachers really felt that in the high school anyways, they felt like they had a good grasp. Their students by the time midterm hit. We're hoping to see that getting midterm reports out and any teachers or students, parents that need to meet it. There's time to make adjustments and make changes prior to the end of the quarter so that grades aren't like set by the time. We're at. The MTA Year 1 and one of our big projects is completing our tier fidelity inventory. I just encourage you to read Amanda's updates that she sends out every month on those because it's what work we're doing, what things we're talking about. So those are very appreciated. For but there's our average attendance, and those numbers reflect from the beginning of the year to now. As well. And so some of them I'm actually really pleased that we're seeing very similar. With looking at the sophomore group. I do think that some of the numbers are reflected again as we see throughout the whole year, just in changing our attendance. So, but our goal is to try to maintain about 95%. So we're going to report on senior group to. So we're down to 93. So first 3 are all from our STAR data. If you look at the percentage of completion, you'll see that the juniors, there's only typically don't take those assessments. If they did, they were in a class that administered them because it's a variety of student grades there. And then, so one of them, I should say, some of them they talk. Let's see, the consultant across the board, the assessment proficiency, that's looking at our student growth percentiles. We look at an SGP 50, and so looking at whether they improve by that 50 or not. The consolidated status report is looking at the scale scores and then they're looped in there, and then if they're below, so that's what those numbers all are. And then I included our GEMS school group. The most recent one that's available is the 2022 to 2023 year, and the academic data from that is reflecting our ACT. And so you got the ACT reports for last year in spring, I believe, but this is just a report card for the state. So there's all those. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're doing right. So yeah. So on Monday we're going to kick it off with a kick. And our cheer coaches are kind of working on. That'll kick it off. Then we'll decorate halls that morning. We'll have afternoon classes. Then morning classes, and in the afternoon we're going to do power buffalo, which the kids are really stoked to bring back. So curious to see that. On Wednesday we have our full us to be out and helping Matt run with things. And then we'll have the dodgeball tournament, the student council barbecue, and then we'll do a parade. There we are. Oh yeah, it's good fun. We do dodgeball, themed dodgeball. It's good
Where's the
fun.
parade route going to be?
So the parade route will it'll go down Broadway, up past Park Haven, back down. I don't remember what road that is.
By the hardware store.
Yep, yeah, that one. And then we'll come down Main and back down Broadway.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so. Police department, and I think I believe the fire department, and I believe the parade.
The train will probably stop happening.
Well, what that taught us is a really good thing. We got through that. No problem. You know what? We're supposed to say.
Good.
We'll have another PD day on October 25th. Let's see, end of first quarter. We have no school on Halloween, but we'll be having district volleyball tournament. And then in November, we'll have the Veterans Day Assembly, and so, and again. And then over on the right is the numbers for our student organization for now. Our Rotary Student of the Month for September was Riley Gold, and leadership and 15 we're looking at how that.
Is
The building implementation team for MTSS.
I have a question for you then. Principal, could talk about that. We'll talk about this for this year with the cell phone changes. Mr. Render, what changes come up? Tell me what you're seeing as far as just problems or successes or whatever, however you want to phrase it.
I've been really, the cell phone thing, we've kind of been here a little bit. It really goes. One day there were some upperclassmen who really went to. And so I don't know that they were like super enthused about my answer because they were kind of like, what? I guess we'll see what happens if you do that. But really been really good about responding to that. We've had a few pop up. In their responses, a lot of times I get the okay tomorrow. Great. We just lock it in our back closet in our locked office and so the student not only got to go the day without it, but that are going on just among students that we're trying to kind of reroute, redirect, and correct to school culture and just to be respectful students. And so there's things we're working on, but knitting to be on the right path.
Thank you.
And we've had one cell phone incident since the year started. The middle school was that's going to benefit to the years to come. A challenge a little bit, but just only one violation and we're a month down to the year. Yeah.
I have more than one.
Is there
In general, system-wise middle school, we have come up with a school-wide it's a consistent process from each classroom. The classroom rules, we're just trying to maintain the integrity of the classroom environment. Environment of excellence for academics. And so we've had some, retraining in regards to in the middle school or new to this kind of expectation, but they're running to it. The kids are, it's fun. They're responding well to Impression, and that we're here to learn, not just to socialize. Learning to do. So I would say overall, we're making good progress with kids. Here are, let me pass these around. Can you pass them to read So my report is an update on parent teacher conferences. I have no reference for how these have gone. Partly because I'm new, but also because this is the first time we've done them. I understand at the progress reading time, and so I very positive that parents were happy to get in early. For the end of the first quarter. So I think that progress mark was really good. Maybe for a couple really long days, but I understand there's a trade-off there. So parents left happy. If there were any complaints, they didn't tell me directly. And I was in the middle school kind of lobby area as much as possible. Meeting them and communicating as much as possible when they were really well done, and they didn't want to change anything for next time because, like I said, 5-7-minute check-ins seemed to work, except for in 6th grade, we might have to. Wanted to team them up. So overall, very supportive. Families provided positive feedback on the schedule changes that Miranda led into from last year, updated the schedule, and then I've been the recipient of the positive updates to the schedule. Those days are longer, and the kids need more movement and breaks in the afternoon to stay energized. And then also one of the things that we received a lot of positive feedback and even requests at parent conference is that our title program, we have an academic enrichment course here for students who need additional support, and it's going really well. And so we had a couple into that, knowing they're starting to fall behind and they need that additional support, and they're talking like it's really a helpful class. So we're happy. State assessment preparation. MAST, assessing of students and what they're learning throughout the year in little increments instead of one big test at the end. And so we're starting our preparation for the on October 14th. I just completed all the MAST rostering of students and classes today, and so we're totally ready to go for our first week window for assessments. Teacher evaluations. Right now we're in the middle of beginning of the year conferences with every single school level. During these meetings, they're just one-on-one meetings. What they believe that they do well and what they need to improve upon. We also go over their classroom management plans and discuss how we can work together to ensure best years yet. Yes, and then teachers share with me. I ask them, how can I support you? Everyone feels supported in different ways, and then I just take notes on what they tell me and try to. First monitoring. Every week, students receive updated grades through their homework teachers and WIN teachers with missing work. And they have real-time feedback to know exactly where they're at and if they're falling behind, so that we're not waiting until the end of the quarter or a progress period. We're doing it weekly. Montana System of Education, I was able to attend a meeting in Bozeman. And you can see on this back of the page, it says the consensus circle. It had just a variety of stakeholders. It was one of the best things I've seen. Education and how we can implement better systems to support every student thriving and levels of their education. And so I was very impressed and grateful. Oh, our kind of theme this year is work hard.
Yeah, there we go.
Mr. Crott?
All right, as far as elementary goes, again, this is a lot that happened here last month. To hit on your question. Very much so on watches. So we have one watch. Teachers, phone cases. And so when the kid comes, they'll take the watch off, give it to the teacher, get it back at the end of the day. We've had kids like that. You'll sit there, just one call on the bathroom, watch, call mom. So we only have one issue so far with that. Kids are pretty good at following the rules. Other things, I'm in the lunchroom every day, so I don't have much in there. Have some small things for recess. Here and there, but nothing too big. Classroom is so good. Kids follow the rules. They know they can do it. Our supervision is great outside the classroom. Small things here and there, but nothing big. We also started our math sessions. So our math sessions only 3 through 5. So 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. Masters are in, our teachers are on top of it, going through that training. It's going to be a new process for us. Our teachers are really stressed about it. That they're kind of given the test for it. Haven't been answered, we went through training, things like that. So we'll see how this trial and error for that. Some other highlights, we had our we had so many volunteers coming. It was pretty amazing. They even like freshman painted entire halls outdoor. The kids had so much fun doing it as well. Doug sets up a stereo, get that on, music on with the kids. And how we can make our course a little bit. Class is to throw high and much AC chores and so I think I have like 200 kids. So running their labs and great ones. So that we're going to announce kind of prizes. We have more kids there, so they can kind of be excited and celebrate with things. Their class. Our elementary building is crazy busy. It's pretty amazing. The structure, the organization that we have with our teachers. I mean, 3 straight hours of parents come in and out, but they just fly by. So. The entire time running, so our 3 through 5 teachers were booked. After the other, we asked them to stay on time, and they all teach 9 get a break. They're eating at 7 o'clock because it's that fast. Feedback from it, the parents really enjoyed from what I thought they would. One of the reasons is because they're very concerned, you know, especially in their kids' school. So instead of like email them or through Seesaw, they get kind of have a face-to-face conversation with them early on, and then the kids. School right now, coming to space so they can get shared with conversations, and then also being able to drive home the light, drive home the dark. So on my end, I've met with 30 minutes. So I did a Monday through Wednesday, one grade each day. A couple reasons I want to do it on them. We to know them better. So I was just telling them all through what we expect in the school environment. Then we played a short 10-minute game. Our focus was teamwork, encouragement, and then having fun in our classes. A lot of times everyone says we have kids that get overly competitive, right? We're doing this for fun. We're not playing for a trophy. That's all I need on that. We're with my team, but also I want to be good. I encourage the person that's next to me to make sure we can follow the rules, but we can also get along. So we have to play games and stuff. It kind of reminds us of how we do that, basically. A couple of things in the classroom. We had Caroline Day brought in her uncle named Bill Milzo. He visited our fourth graders on October. Brought in some Clovis stone tools. So these tools are estimated to be about 10,000 years old. And so he visited with fourth graders, visited with our fifth graders. It went along with our fifth grade social studies curriculum. On human migration in North America and globally. They're asking questions. We got this low, deep voice. So they really enjoyed that. And then last thing, we had our book fair last week. It was really busy out schools, students and parents, and you did a great job of decorating our library and our hall, making it exciting. Felt like it was just a good experience. Kids would come to school, excited, and go to book fair, check everything out. So that was a good experience. Other than that,
had a group of kids, I don't know, fifth grade, sixth grade, remember they, the bench kids or whatever, you know, they had a club that they included there. I don't even remember what it was. The what?
The You Matter Club.
Yeah, you had a club. Do you see anything like that happening now, or?
so actually, our training. These little tickets they give to kids that they see like once a week following over and above. So I had an idea. I was telling Mr. Be where some kids get every single day. You only have like our first grade, second grade, 15 kids, you know. So doing something. We recognize the kid and then announcing it at the end of the lunchroom, where basically you get a ticket, you put it in a drawing, and then we have a drawing. PTO help us kind of get some prizes and things like that. To have just some extra motivation, I think what that is, to have kids wanting to get a ticket like that. For us, but more recognizing the kids that are going over as far as the rules and working with us.
That You Matter Club was a student-led initiative. They did that on their own. They basically, the kids, you know, I don't even remember what it's called. Here, that one meeting, you know, it was
Really remote, great.
right. Yeah. So, but it was really an interesting thing to watch kids be responsible for the gathering of kids that maybe you're being bullied or whatever it was, something like that. It was I was really impressed by those young ladies because there's all girls who were doing it at that time. I'm not saying that you need more programs. I'm not saying that at all, but that seemed to be one that made a difference in some kids' experience.
Yeah, it's very good. So
Well, I think a lot of them moved on to sixth grade.
Sixth grade,
So I
so
thought there was some.
there was some coming up too. It seemed to be that there were.
Well, I would add to, I'm seeing kids do that at the middle school level, so they must have been taught it. We had a student who was right in the middle of having a I saw what was going on. He said he's having a seizure, and they just take care of each other. And a student was sitting alone at lunch, and before we could even say anything, else noticed and went over and sat. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love guys. So I see a lot of those kind of things happening just without even. So,
And that's what that was. If you need changes, if that's when you get those.
yeah.
good. I just have to add a lot of today. It was probably right around the beginning of month. Next teacher I see, Mr. Crop. He's earning his money today. He's mopping up puke. I walk over and I just say, "Is that on the puke?" Listen, nothing. I was in the bathroom. Right?
I did just think, was there any new level absence? I don't think you followed. I got that lady yesterday, came the day after book fair, and I don't have too many boxes. I was like, no doubt.
And that or Brenda, we've had 2 here.
Who was here yesterday?
And that,
I'm sending them. I don't think he followed plus word.
don't send it back.
Vector training. Send
Send
out vector training again. And he. No. Kids get that goal. That's what she told me. That's the only thing I heard. It's like, don't put the principal on the rope. I heard, what? In an ice storm.
That's not usually close.
You're right, I was very well. I was, it's hard because we have 2. And where are they? Are they around? And like, we need kids to, 6th graders to sit at that table. So, can we get that done? Also, it's more of like, hey, let's go, let's get it done. And
He's too busy.
He's very busy. We did have an update on the Akita box. There's not going to be custodial requests coming through. Those lots of change since our training.
we're going to golf course.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. So we have Akita box and which we did roll out. The opportunity, and so Akita box is. Question was, are we going to do that? So that would overwhelm. Really what we want is a system that gives building control over what gets approved and what priority public gets. Because I think what bogs Josh down is the stuff he shows up knowing he needs to do, and then things start coming out. And so this is going to prioritize it. This has to be done in the next 3 days. Then he knows. These other things. And then some things principals are just saying, probably, and I need my principals in that because they have to lead the testing. And so, yeah, we had a lot of staff and that'll be a fun rollout when we probably get to it. But there's a lot going on, a lot of training, and again, those days go up, and you know, we need to try to give teachers some time in the room, so start to find that time and do it. You know, so we're working on it. Real quick report. The curriculum committee focused on the new year 2 of the accreditation process. We are in year 2 of the new accreditation process, which is mandated. It's going to impact our curriculum and how we go about how we do our curriculum work moving forward. So we're trying to get that word out. Community level and communicating to buildings. Safety. Feedback from our active training killing in August, or active killer training in August, and then a presentation from MSGIA sports manager. Because we have what we communicate with our staff is, you know, we have a lot of work on, and that gets paid out of general fund, and that impacts our bottom line and our ability to do teacher raises. And I think that was we can throw a dollar amount out there and say this much. Just a little more safety conscientious. We don't have so many injuries that we have, and that, and again, you know, our sources are teachers, and this is a way to take some of that money in our budget. So bringing her in to talk to our safety team and then take that their staff down the road is part of the plan. The end of this month, we're going to have a meet. When we were invited and just community as well, we need to start looking at long-term plans. And that encompasses a lot of things, but some things that come to light. Came to light last year, but we had an opportunity conversation again this year is a VOAC program. Housing that there's potential for some donated property, some donated lots that we've talked with them in that back and in this conversation just about some long-term planning in those two areas in particular. Which is also what we do with this 5 acres out there. You know, and how we're so boxed in over here, how we open this up that direction, long-range planning. So push to the back burner. You know, I look at me back here. Yeah, we have. You're going to get baptized to that playground area. Down there, we just haven't gotten to it. But the reason we haven't gotten to it is a challenge to do the work that we need to do. We're being told by all the architects and engineers, you can't cover that. You know, and so there's work to be done there. So trophy cases, I know that we're working with boosters on the entryway. We have the work in Europe, which slate architecture, we sent all that to them this week. Maybe it was Monday, yesterday, we sent that to them, so we're going to go over there. But also bring slate architecture and possibly on what would the project look like. Because we have our maintenance folks are overwhelmed. We have our principal leading a project, putting a window in a brick wall, and that shouldn't be something. Probably the big thing and why I don't want to bring it in that back is, the reason is we know just from the time when the school was built, when you look at the linoleum in the elementary school entryway, likely asbestos. And so she came and she was able to confirm that. And we can make it till summer, but not beyond summer. So we year. It's cheaper.
Is it area right from West's office, basically?
Yes. Yeah. You want to do all. So, and if we ever do with carpet, we'll have to do best spaces. And over there, certain big carpet over the. So basically, we're looking at process. $650 is, upwards of $100,000 to do that. It's cheaper to do it during the school year because they don't have the supply. For less, and that from an MSCI and TSB told me that it runs typically $300. If you have something. Sure, it impacts everybody. So we have to coordinate because summer's when we do the weekly in school. Summer's when we run all of our camps. Elementary school for our camps and things like that. We typically don't have our schools open for facility use outside of school, so that'll be good. Planning when those camps are going to happen. So, but that is a project that's coming. I don't think we're being ambitious. There's no time on Christmas to do it. Probably isn't. And then what's the next step we put down? Just talking to Josh, we may want to look at polished concrete. And it's going to be by far the cheapest because the carpet area is adding another. So there's a tremendous need for the facility planning. Then this last thing, the chassis has been ordered. As soon as they receive the chassis, they can give us a timeline when we can expect us to start building. They don't have everything. They have most of what they need to build a bus on site. We don't have chassis to be shipped to them. And so, and asking for updates. There's at the earliest, they're telling us 5 months right now.
Anyone have any other questions for anyone tonight? Appreciate you. Yeah, for sure. Thanks. Close that camera, man.